What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So I wanted to explain yesterday's video. As most of you noticed, some of the shelving was still old. Obviously, this was an older pre-recorded video, and there is a very specific reason why I did not post this when this event did occur. So, yes, I was laid off my job. This has been happening a lot in tech sales, not really just everywhere in the world, honestly. But it's been happening a ton. My company laid off 200 plus employees. You see companies like Twitter, Amazon, countless Utah companies all been laying off employees, laying off 30-40% of workforce in preparation for 2023. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate, due to the economy, companies have to reduce their size, and they reduce people who are making a lot of money. So I was definitely on the chopping block. So it was extremely devastating to me at the time. Of course, I'm still very annoyed at it. But I did want to explain, why I posted that today. It's partly due to severance. I was not supposed to, talk about me getting laid off or anything like that with the company until now, basically. So I couldn't go public about it. I told a few people in private, but I couldn't go officially public because if I did, I could risk losing my severance. My company did give me basically severance till the end of the year. And so that's really the only reason. Even though I'm obviously not talking about my company's name or anything like that, I'm not going to badmouth them. I still don't want to risk losing that severance because I was, still 2.5 months of pay. So that's kind of the reason why I waited, more or less. But I did want to give you guys an update. So, speaking to some older employees that still work at my company I was laid off from, they did change our compensation plan a ton. And those that were still employed at the time have pretty much all been looking for other jobs and left because they weren't going to make good money anymore. So I think had I even stayed, but they changed the comp plan, I still would have been looking for a new job at that point. So I'm actually glad I got laid off. I mean, I wish they didn't change the comp plan and I was still there, but based off this situation, I would have preferred to have been laid off versus stay and have to search for a new job and not get 2.5 months severance. So that's, kind of what happened with my old job. So it really does suck. I was in a very unique situation where I was making a lot of money for very little work and extremely easy work. So it was a very unique, once-in-a-lifetime situation. I will never get in that position again. I will never make that much money again in that position. And I've been in that position for a long time in sales. And it's a very easy job. And you can make good money, but I was making great money doing it. And I was overachieving quite a bit. I hit 200% of my annual quota in September. And so that's the reason I was making so much money. I was always hitting 250% of my quota every single month. So that's why I was making such good money. And historically, all of my previous jobs, I have always been an overachiever, and that's how I've made good money over the years. I've never just got by like some sales reps. I've always been that person to overachieve. So what happened after me getting laid off is I started applying for tons of jobs. I had countless interviews, and I will say interviewing is very tiring, exhausting, annoying, having to research every company and then constantly getting turned down. And you're like, why am I getting turned down? I'm overqualified for this job. And it kept bugging me that I kept getting turned down by countless companies that were much lower pay than I was making based off my on-target earnings, which we call OTE. So, like I said, I've been in my current sales role for many, many years, very successfully. So I decided that it's time to upgrade. I can't stay in this particular role anymore. I have to go to the next level above. I can't remain Super Saiyan 1. I got to go Super Saiyan 2, basically. And so that is what Flankster's done. As of today, and I'm not lying, 5 minutes ago, I just accepted an offer for another job. Now, I actually did find another job a month and a half ago, but it was like a Band-Aid job, if you know what I mean. It wasn't a job I had planned to stay long. It was just something to get me salary and until I found something more concrete. So for the month of the last half of November and December, I got double salary, plus I did get commission last month. So it was a good Band-Aid job is what my buddy likes to call it. Just a job to get you by until you find a much better, more career type job. But as of today, January 2nd, I did accept an offer for a higher position, higher OTE. It's actually about $30,000 more OTE than my last job, the one I was laid off of. So this will actually be the highest OTE I've ever had. So the possibilities of making more money, if I overachieve, let's say hit 200% of my quota again, I'll be making even more money than my last job. Time will tell. There is definitely some big pros as well. I'm actually going back to a company I previously worked for. Kind of one that started it all, but going back to a company I've worked for. I had a great reputation. When I was there in my lower role, I hit 400% of my quota some months. I was very successful. I had a really good experience, and it was a really good start in my career. And now I'm going back to that same company, but at a higher title, higher OTE. And so it's a great company. I've worked for them before and had, very satisfactory results. And that is basically what is going on. I'm going to start in a week. So I'm very excited. It's going to be a good career step. Like I said, I got to level up, can't stay in the same job. That's the thing. Sometimes in life when you get very comfortable in a job, but you can progress higher, but you're kind of like, yeah, I'm content and happy in this position. Life sometimes has to force you to make a change. Had I never got laid off, my job didn't change the comp plan, I probably would have stayed in my last job's role till the day I died. I never would have quit. I never would have seeked, getting, to that next level, the higher tiered, sales position. I would have been very content making that much money for the rest of my life with that amount of work. Now, my next job is definitely going to be a lot more work, a lot more hours put in. But the possibilities and the future for my career is definitely going to be substantially better. If I perform extremely well, it's going to open so many more doors for me. And it's just going to be a very good career move overall for me. So, yeah, that's kind of it. So, I'm very excited. I think it's a good opportunity for me. Fortunately, I was still able to buy all my company stock from my last company. Now, they're probably not going to, IPO or anything for many years due to the economy, but I still have a lot of faith in that company IPOing, and I'm getting a big payout someday from that company. But yeah, that's more or less the reasoning behind me posting that video, more or less months later. I simply couldn't post it. There was, no way. I couldn't risk losing severance money. But, I am back up on my feet. I'm doing great. Thank you guys for all your kind words and everything. But Flankster's back on top. The really sucky thing, though, about the whole, getting laid off, it literally happened like a day after I pre-ordered all those J&D statues. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I pre-ordered like $10,000 worth of statues. The next day I get laid off my job. Oh, and I just bought Berserker Urukai or Berserker Predator. And so it's just like the timing was so bad, of course, right before the holidays. So the timing was just really, really bad. But, this is that's the time of the year that companies are reevaluating their 2023 plan. And so they have to, look at how to reduce costs. And the easiest way is obviously, less employees. So, yeah. But that is life. Such is life, folks. So we shall see what 2023 will, come to me. Now, in regards to me, continuing collecting it all kind of depends on my job, honestly, how good I'll be doing. If I'm killing it and making more money than my last job, I'm not going to buy more statues. I'll probably just, finish off my pre-orders, get a few pre-orders here and there, because eventually I do want to get out of collecting. I want to get my collection to that perfection look and then, call it quitsies. which is very difficult because companies are constantly coming out with newer and better statues. Prime 1 announcing the T2. What are they going to announce next? Goodness. So it definitely is extremely difficult to quit this hobby. I almost feel like the only way to quit is just to sell everything and get out. Or you have to truly just get off social media, unsubscribe from lists, finish your pre-orders, and that's it, and never look back. I feel like that's kind of what I need to do. Once I get my Terminator statues on PO, Gandalf, Saruman, and get maybe just keep tabs on Iron Studios if they ever do. Oh, Iron Studios or Queen in case they do a Hawkeye 1/4. So I could complete, my OG Avengers and Civil War lineup. But yeah, that is what is going on, folks. So just wanted to give you guys this update. Hope you all enjoyed the channel and have a happy new year. If you're looking to buy statues, please use the links below. It does help the channel, does help me a lot. So I appreciate if you guys use my affiliate links in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.